the span of 2 weeks, a few well-known business billionaires have done a lot of flip-flopping on TV. One well-known banker went from publicly guiding his bank's second quarter half outlook on May 23rd, saying the economy was strong, to telling investors on June 1st to batten down the hatches, the economy may be facing an economic hurricane. I'm Chris Paris, Chief Investment Officer at Oak Harvest Financial Group in Houston, Texas. And this is our investment team's midweek release when we examine a news item, headline, or story making the rounds from publicly available sources, and we ask, is this news or is this noise for your investment portfolio? This week's topic is something I want to call Billionaire Boasts. And I apologize if this sounds a little bit of a rant. For the last 2 weeks between the Davos World Economic Forum in Switzerland, which in my opinion has just become a big ego party for billionaires and politicians, and more local media reports, we have been flooded with hundreds of news stories reporting on virtually every billionaire's opinion on the economy and the stock markets. Elon Musk has gone from boasting of making a $44 billion takeover of Twitter to 6 weeks later telling reporters he has a super bad feeling about the economy and saying that Tesla was looking to cut 10% of its workforce or 10,000 jobs. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, likewise in late April of this year, he said he wasn't sweating higher interest rates. Just 1 week ago, he said he was so optimistic about the second half of 2022. He was so optimistic, he raised profit margin goals. However, 7 days later, in even less time than Elon, he reversed his stance from sounding optimistic on the second half of 2022 to then warning of a potential economic hurricane caused by rising long-term interest rates that I have to point out are at the exact same level they were when he was more optimistic. What gives? I have no idea. Little to nothing has changed over the last few weeks. The real-time data continues to show a slowing in consumer goods purchasing and higher consumer spending on services. The data also shows that inflation looks to be peaking, albeit slowly, and beginning to decline in many areas. Maybe Elon stopped obsessing over Twitter and went back to Tesla car plants and saw that production lines weren't moving very fast in 2022. Perhaps he just realized what the rest of the world has already known for the last 2 or 3 months. What's that? That China was virtually shut down for most of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter due to COVID. And the demand and supply chains would be abysmal for this quarter. I don't know. What I believe and what I know is this. The crowd gathers in parties in Davos, Switzerland, and most CEOs have horrible track records on predicting the economy and, worse yet, forecasting the financial markets into the future. I also know this. While I respect the careers, accomplishments, successes of many of these people like Elon, I know that they have gained most, if not all, of their wealth not by forecasting the economy and investing in stock and financial markets. No, but rather they've done 3 things. They've specialized, focused, and they've grown their own businesses. So the next time you hear a well-known billionaire or CEO pontificating about the financial markets or other things in the press, ask yourself, why do I care about this person's opinion? Is their area of expertise at all relevant to my investments? Or is it just another entertaining opinion being hyped by the financial press because of an individual's massive net worth? From an investing perspective, not an entertainment perspective, I personally want to listen to real estate executives talking about real estate, software billionaires discussing software technology, and bank CEOs talking about banking. Are these stories news for your investment portfolio? Hopefully, not if you've already listened to ours and many others' market forecasts. What did those forecasts say? Those have been the first half and possibly the first 3 quarters of 2022 were most likely not going to be fun for the financial markets and the economy as we come down off the fiscal and monetary sugar highs of 2020 and 2021. At Oak Harvest, we think our clients are best served by us helping them plan for their future needs instead of focusing on the past. The future is always uncertain, and that is why our advisors and retirement planning teams plan for your retirement needs first and your greed second. Give us a call here to speak to an advisor and let us help you craft a financial plan that helps you meet your retirement goals. Call us here at 877-896-0040 and schedule an advisor consultation. We are here to help you on your financial journey into and through your retirement years. I'm Chris Paris, and from the whole team here at Oak Harvest, have a blessed week.